Obviously, this is a two-piece from the wearer, but at the same time, this can equally be a one-piece. And we're also looking at the high neck, okay? So in this class, we're going to be looking at this as a one-piece design with an built-up neckline, all right? So let's get right into it. So here I have my paper, which is going to serve as my fabric. I folded it into two. And of course, whatever you do on this paper, you can now transfer it to your fabric. So I'm going to trace out my basic pattern to the half length. That is what I'm going to be tracing out, okay? So we're looking at the upper part of this dress as a one-piece design. You know what it means to have a one piece, just the one single dress, but the picture is actually two piece, top and then asymmetric design gown, one on top of it. Okay, so have the mindset that we are doing a one piece design, okay, using the picture. So here I've traced out my basic bodice, opened it up because we're going to be doing an asymmetric design on it. All right, so we're equally looking at the high neck of the blouse, which was worn inside, but then looking at it as a one piece design. So since I've opened my pattern up this way, I'm going to be drawing out the design of the neckline, the asymmetric design of the neckline. And I'm going to use my curve from the shoulder line a little bit away from the neck point. I'm going to connect to my armhole. Now, if this is going to be a one piece, we don't want to go below the armhole line or above the armhole line. We want to keep it exactly at the end of the armhole so that the sleeve can actually be sewn to it. Okay, so I'll place my curve this way and then I'm going to connect to the armhole line. Now, if it's going to be a one piece, this other part is if it's going to be a two piece rather, this other part will be our gown and then the one inside is going to be our top. But like I said, we're making a one piece dress. So on the neckline, we can see that the neckline is high. So I'm going to not use the actual basic neckline, but increase it a bit as a built-up neckline, but not just exactly the way we do built-up neckline. I'm just going to make the neckline high. At the same time, considering my jaw so that it doesn't make me uncomfortable. Okay, so once I mark that, I'm going to trace it using my tracing wheel so that it will appear on the other side, and then I will use my pencil to align it properly. You can see the way it is. Okay, so from one point to the other, you can also decide to just make it exactly the measurement of the shoulder line, right? However high you want it, but definitely not the basic neckline. It's going to be high. So this is me contemplating either to make it higher or to leave it the way that I've marked it before. Now coming down to the lower part, we're going to be closing the dart. In this case, for the sewing of this dress, we're going to use a bust dart. Okay, so I'm going to be closing the waist dart in order to transfer it to the bust area. So this is what we have. I will cut open the waist dart, cut open the bust dart, and then close the waist dart so that the dart at the waistline transfers to the bust line, to the bust dart. What I do in one part is exactly the same thing I'm going to be doing on the other part. Okay, I will cut open the two darts and then I'll be able to close one, which is the bust dart, the waist dart, and the dart is now going to be transferred to the bust dart. Okay, So that is just what is being done here. So after that, I'm going to be adding paper underneath. This paper is to help secure the dart that we just opened, so that it will not be dancing around, it will be stabilized. Okay, so anytime you transfer your dart, you add paper underneath and tape it down. This is a very important procedure. So we're now going to close the dart, our new bust dart, to the bust line. Okay, we're going to close it to the initial point where it is, and make sure that it's not folding at the bust point. All right, so once we have that, we can now trim off the excess and everything will be fine. You can see the way it is. So what I do on this part, I'm equally going to repeat on the other side. The marking shows that this part is going to be permanently closed. Okay, that is when we're sewing, we're going to sew it everything out. So this is what we have. Now all we're going to do, I need to highlight the neckline. So I'm using my ruler and my marker to highlight it more, so that it will be visible to all of us, and then I will be cutting it out. I hope this is making sense to you who is watching this video. And of course, if you've not subscribed to this channel, I don't know what you're waiting for. Please kindly subscribe, like, share, and leave a comment. If you have any question, please do well to ask your question in the comment section. And of course, we have plenty interesting videos, up to 300 videos that you can benefit from on this channel. Please like, comment, and share. So I'm going to be trimming off the excess parts. You can see the way it is. Now if this is going to be a two-piece, we already have the design for the black dress, and then we can equally use it for our blouse inside. All right, but like I said, we're looking at it from the angle of a one-piece design, just a normal gown, and this is what we're coming up with. So once this is done, we are now going to cut it on our desired fabric. Okay, so I'm trimming off the excess parts, or the parts that is not necessary. All right, so once we have this is it. Assuming you've cut from your desired fabric, we're now going to sew it back. Now whatever we have done at the front, we are equally going to replicate that at the back. The back does not have so much. Okay, the waist dart is just going to be sewn at the back, but the asymmetric design is also going to come up at the back, and the high neck also will be shown at the back. So from the same point that we traced the front, we're equally going to be tracing the back. So all it needs is to measure what we have at the front and use it to mark at the back. Okay, at the front where you have the shoulders, that is the place you're also going to be having the shoulders for the back, so that the two of them are lined together, and then the front and back other parts will equally align together. Okay, so when doing this, make sure you match them up together so you do not make any form of mistake. All right, now we closed the two pattern for the back in order to get this. So all you need to do is, after, you can now open it up and add your zipper allowance. Okay, now look at the back. We also extended the neckline up because the front cannot be up and the back is just down. It will look somehow. So we extended the front up, the back up at the same time in order to make it look, and of course that is how the picture is. The back and the front is quite high. So this is a high neckline dress looking so beautiful and creative, not just the regular design that we see every day. So once I have this, I'm going to be cutting it out. Now remember that the purpose of cutting this out is to cut this piece on a different fabric. And once we've cut on a different fabric, we can now attach it to the main dress. I hope this finds you interesting. I hope you find it interesting. If you actually do, please like, comment, and share, identifying the patterns front and back, identifying the fabric that is going to be cut on it. So we're going to be seeing this on the mannequin after putting them together. Okay, so this is what it looks like. Assuming we've sewn it, this is what it's going to look like. The colored part shows the white side, and this is the back. You can see how high the neckline is, looking so beautiful, looking so demure and so beautiful. Thank you for watching. Bye.